Okay, so when you're ready to do this assignment, I want you to go to the lesson and I want you to click on Add or Create. This is the easiest way to do it. You can also access this through just your regular Google Drive, but it's much easier to do it on the assignment. So I'm going to go down to Drawings, and it's going to create a Google drawing for me. I am going to let it load, and then I'm going to select my Google drawing, and that's going to open in a new window, new tab. I'm going to make sure my name is at the top. If not, I'm going to put my name there. And then I'm ready to start creating. So the first step is to right click and click on background and then click on gradient. Then you want to go down to custom and you want to make sure instead of linear, it says radial. You want to make sure the center is selected as center. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add some gradient stops. That'll make this a lot less smooth, okay? So what we want to do is we want to add at least 2 additional stops. So I'm going to hit 1, 2. You can do more, but 2 is at least what you want to do. And now we're going to select our gradient color. So this little square right here, I'm going to click on it. This little window changes to that color, and I'm going to select what I want my center color to be, and I'm going to say this bright yellow. Then I'm going to click on this square, and I'm going to select what I want my other color to be. So I'm going to do this green color. Now you have these stops. So I'm going to click on one stop, and I'm going to kind of blend the two. So you can see how if I do green, it makes it like this. And then right here, I think I'll do another yellow. So it has this bullseye effect. You can do this differently. You could do yellow, yellow, green, green, blue, purple, orange, red, whatever you want to do. So I'm going to hit OK once I like the way that looks. And now I have my background. The next step is to go in and add your silhouette. Okay, so you're going to go to Insert, Image, Search the Web. If you have one of yourself, instead of searching the web, I'm going to go back. You would hit Insert, Image, Upload from Computer. Okay, I'm going to go back to Search the Web. And the easiest thing to do, since our artist has these images of very powerful figures and very confident figures, you can search for confident silhouette. And what that does is it gives you these silhouette images all ready to go. So if you use one of these, it's really easy. You just simply pick the one you like and hit Insert. And that's it. It's there. You don't have to do anything else with this one. You can make it bigger or smaller if you want to. But that silhouette is ready. Now I'm going to delete that to show you what happens if you have an image that's not a silhouette. And this gets a little more tricky and the directions are in there. So same thing, confident silhouette. And I saw one that was of a person. Let me take that PNG off. There was a lady that was just sitting there. Oh, let me do this lady. She was a little bit easier to trace. So if you have a picture of yourself or another image that you got off the internet, then you're going to have to create your silhouette. That is a little more tricky, okay? So this one you're going to have to practice a lot if you choose to do it this way. So what you would do is you would click on this line tool, this little arrow next to it. You're going to select curve, okay? Now, what you're going to do is you're going to basically trace this shape. You're going to start at the base of your figure and click. Then you're going to move your line up, click again, and you're going to keep doing that as you go around your figure. Click and move, click and move. If you accidentally double click, then you'll have to go up to the arrow tool, select what you accidentally double clicked. Oops, you accidentally double clicked, so I have to select with my arrow tool. I'm going to click on my line and I'm going to select delete, and I have to start all over, which is why this is not the easiest thing to do. But I'm going to try that one more time. This time I'm not going to double click. I'm just going to single click. I don't want to get too close to what I just did. So I have that silhouette. which is why I don't recommend this way unless you want a challenge. All right, I am almost done with my silhouette. When you get to the bottom, you need to go back to the front and connect them. There's my silhouette, okay? So it is a bit tricky and it takes some practice to use. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select my arrow. So I have this selected. I'm going to change the fill color to a color that contrasts on the background. So I have green and yellow, so I'm going to do a burgundy color. And then I'm going to select my border color and I'm going to make it transparent so you can't see it. Now I'm going to select my photo and delete it. And there's my silhouette, and I can move it down or up however I want. Okay, so that's just a little bit harder way to do it. The easiest way, again, is just to search for a silhouette already. Okay, so I'm going to delete that one, and I'm just going to insert a nice silhouette that's already done for me. This lady looks confident. I'll select her, insert. I'm going to make it bigger, just like this. And then I'm going to change the color. And it's okay if it hangs off the edge because you won't see it in the final product. All right, so I can go to my fill tool and change this, or I can leave it the way it is. I'm going to leave it black for this one. Okay, so now you're going to add some extras. You're going to add a frame to this, because if you looked at his paintings, he has what usually looks like a frame made out of other shapes. So I'm going to go to Insert, Image, search the web again, and this time I'm going to look for leaf silhouettes or flower silhouettes, something like that that you can change your picture with. So I'm going to find something that I just like the way it looks. Let me do, oh, I like this one. So I'm going to select this one. I'm going to insert it. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. And I can leave it this color. If I want to change the color, then I'm going to have to use my line tool and trace it to change the color, because we won't be able to change the color of this like this, okay? So I'm actually not going to do that. I'm going to leave mine black, but I just want to tell you that if you want to change the color of this, you have to use the line tool. I'm going to go back and I'm going to insert another image, search the web. I'm going to look for a flower silhouette. Find one that I like. Let's see. And you can even look for colors. So I could say red silhouette. And that'll give me a different color silhouette. So that might help you if you don't want to do the line tracing. So I'm going to do, I don't think I like any of those. I'm going to just do this one, and I'm going to trace this one. I'm going to make it bigger so it's easier to trace. Take my curve line tool, and I'm just going to trace it very carefully. Remember to leave lots of space between what you just did, and click once. If you click more than once, it will click off the line, and then you'll have to start all over again. I'm just kind of going around really quickly on this shape. Trying very hard not to click too close to each other. And then back. So now I have it traced. Select my arrow and delete this one. And then I'm going to change the color of this to, I want something that stands out. So I'm going to do blue. And then transparent border. I'm going to make it smaller. Okay, now that you have your shapes, it's time to create your border. So you want repetition, so you can select this, you can copy, you can right-click copy, and then you can go over here, right-click paste, and that'll give you more than one, and you can do that several times around. You can also grab the corner of this and you can change the size. And you can also rotate it by grabbing this little circle like that. So you can see how you can change it up even more to make it even more interesting. Rotate this one. And I'm just kind of going around and adding some of these as a border. And I want to do some more flowers too. And just do it until you like the way it looks. When you feel that it's done, I'm going to adjust my person just a little bit because I feel like she needs to fit that border better. There we go. And I'm actually going to select one of these and paste it, and now I'm going to change the color. So I'm going to go up to this fill color and I'm going to make it a lighter color. So I want a little bit of change in value. Now I'm going to copy this new one. Copy and paste it. So you get the idea of kind of how you want to fill this up to make it more interesting. Okay, so I'm going to do one more in this corner and then I'm going to stop. Okay, so when you have it the way you like it, you are then ready to do the final step, which is your concentric circles of white values, which are going to put a focus on the center of this. So let me zoom out a little bit. You can see the whole thing. Now, to start adding your circles, you want to go up to the shape tool. You go to shapes and you're going to select circle. Now you want to draw your shape that's going to fill almost the entire canvas. So I'm going to drag this oval until almost the entire canvas is full. Okay. Now I'm going to go to my border color. I'm going to make it transparent. I'm going to go to my fill color. I'm going to change it to white. Okay. Now I'm going to go to my fill color again and I'm going to click on custom. And this is where I can choose my transparency. So I'm going to slide this over until it's about a quarter of the way from the edge. So that looks about a quarter of the way from the edge. And now I'm going to hit OK. So you can see that transparency. Now what I want to do is I want to copy that shape. I want to paste it. And I want to grab this corner and I want to make it smaller and then put it in the center. I'm going to do the same thing, paste it, make it smaller, move it to the center, paste it, make it smaller, move it to the center. So you see as those transparent layers stack on each other, it actually makes it look a little bit different value. And there it is. Once you have your circles as many as you want, your drawing is done. So Google automatically saves what you've done here. So you don't have to worry about saving. If you did not do this in the Google Classroom assignment, there are directions for how to save it and then upload it to the classroom assignment. Okay? So if you did not do this in the assignment, you'll have to go to File, and you will have to download a JPEG image. Then you go back to your classroom assignment and you're going to upload that JPEG image. Since mine was done right in the Google Classroom, I can just go back to my lesson, and right here, it's going to be automatically updated. So let me show you. I'm going to close this, and I'm going to click on my work again, and you'll see it brings up what I just did, and everything is there. Nothing has been deleted. So it automatically saves it, and if you're in the Google Classroom, you don't have to do any extra steps, okay? So once I'm done, I'm going to close my assignment. It's already here, so all I have to do is turn it in. It's going to say you have one attachment. Do you want to turn it in? Yes, turn it in. And now it is all turned in. If you decide at some point you want to go back and change something, just unsubmit it and then do it again, okay? And that's it. That's how you do this digital art project.